if you go pragmatically through this game, you can track all the choices that you've made. Maybe you've missed some because they are more hidden than the others, but what are we actually doing is that we go through the door.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided...
If we disregard the choice where you fall off the map and where you close yourself in your office,
to go to the meeting
the first real
Perhaps
choice...
he had simply missed a memo.
No, he's not here today. Where is the... Oh, there is. Input. You need to do them 5 in a row in the one session, it would seem. It resetted my progress for whatever reason. So anyway. Of course, new content basically enables you to do more choices later in the game with a really hefty intermezzo. But the first real choice is here. If you go to the new content, then you basically adding a new choice that leads to same number of branching paths. So if you know the game well and you know all the choices you can make, then you can make them later with some additional layer on top of it. But we will talk about it when we get there. I don't think we are going to be doing new content today. Today we are focusing on the old game.
Set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
So first choice is here, and we're still going.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We're not going to the left.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I still don't know how to get to the vent. Like, how do you get to the vent? There's supposed to be like a board or something to get you up there. But I really cannot. You really cannot get there from here. So maybe later. Let's go this way first.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I think we exhausted all the options of jumping down this corridor.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
So we will
I realize
go
that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Can I go back? No, I cannot go back through the cargo lift. So let's go in here. There is another choice that we can make, I believe.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What if I don't? What if I just stand here and let it ring? Why is the light all wobbly? So many cigarettes in the corner. What the hell is going on? This looks like an interrogation room. Let's pick up the phone. I know there is another choice that we can make, but let's pick up the phone for now. Maybe.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
What a
Who'd want to
weasel.
commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
There is one really cool thing that is going to happen. Now the narrator is on power trip right now. He showed you like, you're not going to make these choices. I am, and you're gonna be doing what you told unless you're going to suffer. This is the sinister side of him that I was talking about. There is this cool thing now.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
This is the reference to I am a captain now. I believe. Yeah, this is cool though. He just rolled it off. Okay, hello. Hello, honey, I'm home.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press M on your keyboard. Can I press anything else now? Let's press M on my
Stanley
keyboard.
is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press Y.
Look
Why?
at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Yeah. Also, we are slowly turning this back into the office, by the way. Look at this.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Let's press P to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Now, I wonder, this is maybe the canonic ending. Stanley is just all imagining things, right? But we know this not, especially in the Deluxe edition, it's not. This world is absolutely surreal. Like the shit that is happening, I believe that all of it is like canon, all at once. And it takes a bigger picture. And also Stanley isn't a human. Because we know for a fact that Stanley was able to survive millennia. Literally, tens, maybe hundreds of years just standing on one place, unfazed. With nothing to eat, nothing to do, it was just stand there staring. Because the only time the Stanley is alive is when player is playing them. So we can skip as much time as you want. Doesn't matter. Anyway, let's get back to the story.
The thought excited him terribly.
Let's spend some time with the boys, shall we?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last,
this is so evil.
Choice.
Oh my god.
It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
This is so evil from the narrator, like straight up. Press T to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Maybe this is canonical ending. He was just so bored that he just imagined all of it. And we are playing with his imagination, which would explain actual things. And then we get down to a fact that he is just some boring office worker, just like hundreds of other boring office workers, trying to get by on their life, trying to get at least a little bit of glimpse of excitement. Especially if we can tell anything about the office, is the 80s, so they didn't have as much events as we do now. Like nowadays, you can at least stimulate your brain. Well, if you can call it stimulation, that's like debatable. But occupy your brain with like TikTok and other like brain out stuff. You can play video games. You can watch anime and more cultured anime. All of those things that like lonely middle-aged men can do. Back then, you were defined by your job, and if your job was boring, then your life was boring, and then you retired, and then you died, and nothing exciting ever happened to you, especially in corporate America. Let's tell your kids a story. We don't have a kids, but that's sure. Maybe these, we know that his job is that his bosses are sending him the letters. He's pressing the letters on the keyboard, and that is his job, right? So maybe what we're doing here is kind of imagine this game for himself. We're like, I'm gonna press this letter G that is the machine is telling me to press, and by that I will tell my kids that I don't have the story, and it's kind of, oh my god, it's horrifying. It's straight up existential horror right here.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Look at how this is seeping. The carpet is seeping to your apartment, then everything's blurring together. This is, oh my god, this is kind of a horror game without any horror in it. Press W to tell your wife you love her. Alastris, I love you. Pressing you.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Plus I have to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
No, but like I'm a Stanley, I must push buttons, right? Oh, sorry. You know how it is. We are Stanley, we like pushing buttons, we know how to push the buttons. If I'm not doing it, and then now we are back at what I was talking about. Only choice to make here is to push the button. To be at work in the morning, press G. Is there a choice not to push the button as the narrator is telling us? Yes, you cannot push the button. For 5 seconds, 10 seconds, minute, an hour. You could be here forever. But realistically, only way forward if you want to progress the game is to press the button. And because we are players and our goal is not the well-being of Stanley, our goal is not the well-being of the narrator. Our goal is not to listen to the narrator or fighting against him. Our goal is to progress within the story any way we can. And right now, the only way we can progress is to press G to be at the work in the morning. Go.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Please press U to question nothing. What if I don't? I don't think there is any other choice we can make. We are in the same boring office, same boring job, doing as we are told, not hearing the narrator. The only choice to make is to press U or not do anything and be here forever. Or to quit the game. Those are our 3 options.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose.
No, you're the same person.
I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please die. Again, oh my god.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
And you couldn't even push the button. This is one of the worst endings in the game, arguably. I think. Let's do it again, with slightly different choice, shall we?
She's been waiting.
So, of course, because I am a Stanley,
that's her, Stanley.
I always find the most stupid solution to the most convoluted problems, like,
if you can truly... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone?
Yes.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
Well, I unplugged the phone.
You chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
It's just rustling the paper.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Yeah, that's not what happened, though. That's not what happened, you lying weasel.
Fade to white, roll credits.
That was just you roasting me, and then the game asks me to please die. There was no wife. The wife is a lie. Stop gaslighting people. Oh my god, the narrator is the worst in this game.
Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible?
Well, it is possible because you take a cord and you unplug the phone. It's not like rocket science. How it is possible? You know, every phone is connected. Well, I guess... Man, I just realized. This ending is impossible for Gen Z and Gen Alpha. They don't know the phones used to be plugged in. They know it only for like sockets for your chargers. Jesus Christ. We are all going to the end of humanity pretty soon.
None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
They know what fuse
I can't
is.
believe I was so mistaken.
I
This
am
is
not
why you've been
Stanley.
able to
I'm
make correct and incorrect
real.
choices. And to think I've been
Yay.
letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely.
I
It's
call
as
it
though you
broke the game
completely
couple of
ignored
times,
even
bro.
the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Okay.
Please observe this.
I would like some safe decision making in the real world because I have been making wrong decisions the past 2 years. I'm not even kidding.
Helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense. And
Okay.
at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find
Fish.
yourself speaking with a person who does not make
What?
sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought.
People who speak something, people who's telling you something that doesn't make sense means that they are not real. This is actually a pretty great solution to like poverty. Just stop feeding people who speaking nonsense because they are not real. Except we would lose all the politicians. That would be the downside. Like we would have no government because they don't make sense when they're talking at all. Like, have you ever watched any kind of political debate in any country ever? Like, it's a parade of people who can talk for an hour without making a single point.
Then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Back second crack.
Excellent.
Okay, perfect.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices
8
per
choices
day.
per day.
Do you make more than 8?
No.
Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At
Okay.
this time, your instructor will guide you.
Whatever you do, it doesn't matter because you don't matter because we are all so insignificant that the making a right choice is actually okay, good. So this game actually didn't teach me how to make the right choice, but it told me that my choices doesn't matter anyway, so it doesn't matter, and I'm grateful for that. I think this should be the ultimate lesson from Stanley Parable. No matter what you do, you don't matter, your choices don't matter. Fuck it. Go play more video games. I don't know.
In an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay, we are now in depths of Amazon. And I don't mean the forest. We are going back.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
No, it really isn't. On the other hand, it's just a corporation that treats employers and employees. I mean, it is a corporation that treats its employees as garbage. Sounds pretty real to me, to be honest. Can we go to the vent? No. Alright. We are going back. Perfect. The final choice has been made. Now you cannot like fuck it up any longer.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I'll be home free, huh?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Can we? Can we go right again? Let's go with the story then. I think it doesn't matter ultimately. Wait, what?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It looks suspiciously like the original ending until you realize that there is no other choice to make. They boarded it up. So there is going something wrong. Right. Bathroom is now closed. I bet we cannot go to the elevator either, and the office is weird.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it.
Yes,
surely
voice
behind
receiver.
this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Funny part is that the game doesn't have any sort of like receiver, and you're not supposed to guess this or like make this right, but you can stand here like an idiot and be like, Night Shark 115. Night Shark 115.
Stanley spoke the code.
Night Shark 115. I'm speaking the code,
into
dude.
The receiver right there on the wall.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen, is it? Night Shark 115. Dude, come on, please. I'm pressing the buttons.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115. Your game is broken and your game sucks, and Narrator is probably fat and addicted to drugs and hookers.
But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Boop. I guess we need to do it again.
Exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
This is going to happen again.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
I was afraid we were going to need it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes. This is going to be the same. We cannot go to the broom closet no more.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief.
This is so subtle. Oh no, they are just sending me...
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
All right.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be
choosing
up to
responsibly.
the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You have no choice, by the way. The final choice has been made as you just entered the elevator and not pick up the phone. That was the final choice. That was a final branching in the story, within the story. Now everything else...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief...
Perfect.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. We cannot make a choice here.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Yeah, everything is wrong. Like the textures are melting together. Everything is warped. Not even the sound of the lights is right. Oh god. This must have been... How did you do it? Like, this must have been so much work. Unless you found some sort of like a way how to break your objects into this place. This must have done so much work to like take a perfectly working environment and then break it so it looks like a very poorly made environment. You know what I mean? Like, if something like this happened while you're developing the game because it is a bug, it just happens, it's there. Try to replicate something like this. Oh my god. It must have been so much work. I'm not a game designer, but I can tell it has been so much work. Okay, now everything's fucked. But that's good, so excuse my French, but I couldn't find more fitting word. Onward we go.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do?
Having a stroke.
Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Oh. Damn, we are shutting down. Broop. We have been wiped out of existence. It's kind of scary, isn't it, now?
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever.
Yeah,
now
I am so clever.
My entire game is destroyed.
I was so clever that I was able to destroy your stupid game that nobody cares about.
What?
Yeah,
Did you
keep
think
on
that would be
rumbling.
funny?
Yeah, I was
You just
funny.
had to see.
It was more funny.
Didn't
I
I
had
impress
to
upon
see.
you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
I think he's just coping now. He hates Stanley. He hates whenever Stanley does anything stupid. He absolutely hates it. He hates everything about Stanley, and he only needs Stanley for him to go exactly as he's told throughout this carefully elaborated story. And he hates every time Stanley detours even a little bit. But now he has somebody else to hate, so he can actually go back and say how Stanley was amazing. Yeah, maybe me being such a villain towards this game to the extent that I completely broke it made the narrator realize that Stanley maybe wasn't that bad, was it? But then the game resets and he forgets everything, so he never learns a thing. Anyway.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
I am a child, right?
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility.
I went to the door to the left. What do you mean? You put a stupid, like, voice tracking thingy instead of, like, normal keypad. And I'm having a microphone. I'm talking with you. We're having a dialogue this whole time. But you are the one who's not hearing me. It's your problem.
You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
Your story is made, by the way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, shoot. This is what I didn't want to. This is why I wanted to.
Hello?
This is why I wanted the adventure line ending to the very end, because I thought this is the outcome of the adventure line, but it isn't. This is literally one of the endings that is being considered like the true ending of the game. Let's watch it.
Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
Yeah, but Stanley here.
To make a choice.
The end. Nah, yay.
Through the door.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
His ending was in the original game, yes. So that the importance of this ending and why it was considered a canon ending in the original game is that Stanley is the moving catalyst of this game. Whatever Stanley do, the story unravels somehow, but it always resets. In this ending, you are no longer controlling the Stanley. And because the Stanley is the player vessel, he doesn't do anything on his own. He's just in this room. He will never make any choice anymore, meaning that now Narrator is trapped there with him without any possibility to do any choice ever again. They are stuck there, essentially, which means there will be nothing else. So the game is over, and this is considered like one of the canon, one of the true endings of the game. Now the deluxe edition works a little bit different, but towards the original game, this is the true ending, kinda. We don't have any story here, but that is the point.
Do something? Anything? This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Sorry, Leroy. What the hell is this sorry, Leroy? What does it mean? I need context there. So yeah, that was the probably like the most canonic ending in the OG version, but we are not done. Oh, interesting. Is it this one? Is this one?
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Sorry, what? Cardboard boxes? What? That was spooky. We don't have the boopity thingy.
Oh, new content?
Nope.
What does that mean?
No.
New content. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. Wait, this is why the Chris from CJU games always going left, because he had it in Stanley Parable. Like, that's why he always goes left, because left is always the correct way.
And at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Okay, we still cannot go to the stupid vent. Let me go to the vent, bro.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry
Nice.
to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below.
Interesting.
You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
Can I?
Come on. I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
Oh my god. I want to get to this vent. I know you can get there somewhere. I don't know how to trigger it. Should I actually try it? How can I get... Okay, so vent access for trained employees only. Climb at your own risk. Can I actually climb there though? Aha! Nice. Okay. Should I have a jump there? I will need to try and jump there. Ooh, what's this? Looks like a knight or something. Huh.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path.
Narrator dialogue.
So far off the beaten path.
Narrator dialogue.
So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far
Narrator was magnetophone all this time, really. The tape recorder.
So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you?
I kind of did,
What a silly and
yes.
trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording. It was all
Narrator
just
sound
in
system.
Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Oh, so that was the ending. Alright, we do need to...
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself.
Boxes
this
have
is what
arrived.
I've wanted
Guys,
all along.
the boxes...
I got what I wanted.
The boxes... the boxes are actually here. We cannot go anywhere because we ordered so many boxes. Look at this. This is another thing, like the strange things are happening across various like resets of the game. Sometimes you get to port into like a spooky place and it doesn't really do anything. It just looks spooky and then you continue on the money way. And sometimes you just order boxes. These sort of things. Look at this. More boxes in here as well. Do we have more access codes? No? No? Because we ordered boxes. Someone could make an anomaly game in these settings. I low-key think that the anomaly game were inspired by Stanley Parable. Because they were starting popping like 3-4 years back, like the earliest thing. And it's pretty similar concept to this, because every time you do something, the story resets, and you start where you started, like at the beginning of the game. And the Stanley is one huge loop, right? And the anomaly games, they work exactly the same way, right? So, yeah, I think the Stanley was a huge inspiration. We're gonna go
When Stanley
once
came to a
again.
set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting
This is the
room,
last
and
time.
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
One last time, there is one more choice to be made. We already made it, but then he started to encourage us to like jump down and all.
The lounge was grand, majestic.
We did not
Perhaps
do,
too majestic,
but we will
eager
do
to
it
get
now.
back to business. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I am kind of proceeding methodically about this because I want to see all the endings.
Stanley was so bad at following directions.
And like what the vent one, I knew that the vent was there. I don't know if I would be able to like notice it before. Just straight up. But it's one of those endings that you don't notice immediately.
It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, let's go. Let's do this.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back.
All right, let's try it.
You'd best either get... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
You think you found it, but it was
Stanley.
coincidence?
Whoops.
I don't...
Looks like I was wrong.
Okay, what? Why was it 2 times? Like, did anyone else jump there? That would imply that somebody was stalking me. What? Am I crazy? Why was you wrong? Why was I too? The premise that something is stalking you in these halls is like horrifying. Just seeing another Stanley working in that corridor is horrifying as well. Let's check.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Please give me more computers with the codes. It's not here. It must be somewhere else. Username access, whatever. But where it can be. We are done with the site, so we actually will proceed with the story this time. Should we?
He entered the door on his left.
We did go down. It didn't end up well. Let's go
This was
then.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Mm-hmm.
And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room.
What a room, what a room.
What a room.
What a room.
Va-va-voom. What a room.
Va-va-voom, what? The dialogues are getting more and more closely.
Really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Coffee nut.
Really worth it.
Coffee nut, nice. Yeah, okay, let's go.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna take the...
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
What if I don't, though? What if I take this? Boop. Uh-huh. Aha! Alright.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, I broke the dialogue there.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes.
Okay,
I've
perfect.
got now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Story is this way. What the hell? Oh. Good see. Alright. Spoilers ahead!
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
Closing my eyes.
Okay. We just
close the eyes. Can I open? Can I open the eyes? Tell me when I can open the eyes, okay?
The whole story completely unusable. How about rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this
restart
time,
the game.
suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay. From the top.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I still know more of these weird codes, which is... Okay. Where are they?
When Stanley... Wait.
There's
what?
a lot of doors there.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
Yes, I changed the story.
The story somewhere?
Yes.
Hold on. Why am
I kidnapped the story. The story is now my hostage.
Was right here just a minute ago.
No. You need to pay me like 2 bitcoins on Kraken.
It's an adventure.
Otherwise, you will never get the
Stanley,
story again.
Let's find the story.
Yeah, right. Let's go this way then. And let's go this way. And that way. And now we're lost. I don't care. This is infinitely generating room. I think developer talk about something about this. Like basically, whenever he needed a space that would look like an infinite space, he would basically let the players run into a couple of predefined rooms. But they were working like a wormhole. So whenever you would go through the door, it would transport you to another room. And you would just be cycling throughout the same rooms over and over again. It would look like an infinitely generating space. Which is absolutely... See? We are now back here in the...
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
We went this way and go back this way.
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay. Here we go. Can we... We cannot close the door. Like, it's all very subtle.
Co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
But
Stanley decided to go to the
are
meeting room.
in the predefined environment right now. This is why the game is toying with you. This is what I mean when I said in the description of my YouTube live stream that this game plays you. You're not the player here. This game plays you. Okay.
Okay.
It's even better.
It's worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
No. We don't need to make a choice. That's good.
Back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
The other direction. What's that? Aha! Oh, it's just the coffee stain. Alright. Aha! Stanley isn't here this time. Okay. I don't think he can be in this section. I think he can be only when you like really restart the game.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
But,
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story.
As there was a wall.
Let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
But... You know, this right here is a mindfuck. Like, where the hell are we? We arrived to the construction site.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
No.
I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
This is office building in the making,
Stanley?
isn't it?
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yes!
Congratulations!
I beat the game, finally!
I know you
It took some time, but you know, we did it.
And
We did
really
it.
paid off. So,
We did
good
it.
job.
We need some confetti in here and we can make this into the shorts.
No, I don't feel
No?
right about this at all.
Okay.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
I put a lot of work, okay? You know how much walking I put into
one
this?
Of those situations.
No. I want my win. I take my win. Give me my win. Give me my win. Give me my
I
win.
don't care what might happen this time. I have to
You cannot take
restart.
away my win. You already said... Well, at least we have adventure line. Adventure line forward.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
DM.
Just follow the line.
Trademarked.
How
It's
simple is
trademarked
that?
adventure line. Yeah, we're gonna go this way then. Let's ignore the adventure line and go this way.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Oh, alright. I guess we're not going that way. See, so much is happening once you make all your choices. Once you make all your choices, you basically arrive to a point where you can no longer make any more choices. And it's just adventure that is being unraveled to you, depending on your choices before.
The line knows.
It is the same concept as most story games, really. Except this one is more obscure and it's like choice making. But the core is the same. You make a couple of choices, one choice leading to another, and the last choice will define the ending of the game.
Where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
I don't know.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Right.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
No.
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
No, because if you exist only in my subconscious, then you are not existing. So nothing you do or say matters, and you are not affecting the reality at all. But you are affecting the reality within that dream or with that subconscious of mine. So it kind of does, but only to the extent that I want you to, or I allow you to be perfectly precise. I think this is we should look at it in this way rather.
Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what?
Neither.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yes. Give me the music. What the fuck was that? What the hell?
Wait. Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
No. I'm not looking at that fern.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
No, it doesn't. We're still following the line, though.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we...
This is what you get for employing the external workers for the work that should have been given to the employees you should be paying like a normal person. Instead, you outsource your work to somebody else, and now everything is ruined. And nobody deserves it more. This is the parallel to the corporate world. Like, straight up. Ha! Jokes on you, buddy.
Trusted you. After everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Adventure Line was outsourced. That's why it sucks. Anyway, let's go again.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the Adventure Line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Nothing.
Why can't we make our
one
own
of
story?
one of us is
Something
intelligent
exciting,
people.
daring,
Yes,
mysterious.
I agree with that.
Oh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh, 437. Interesting. This was the one that we were supposed to click for the achievement, yes?
This is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a
new story.
Well, it could be anything.
Yes.
What do you want our story to be? Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Let's go for some drugs and hookers. Like two bros. You can be my wingman.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
The line is actually consuming the office. Look at that.
Don't acknowledge it.
It eaten up the half of the ceiling there. It's alive. It's drunk too. So not only your outsourced employee, Adventure Line, did a botched up job in finding the story, but it's also drunk, and it's destroying the environment of your office. Well done. Shouldn't have hired it in the first place.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
I get to make a decision.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with that counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
These are locked, so let's go. Okay. Confusion ending.
What's this?
You've been playing the confusion ending for 18 minutes, 22 seconds, 23 seconds, 24
It's all one giant ending?
Deviate from maintenance room, end up in monitor room,
times?
narrator restores the game.
That's really how all this goes?
Return to the monitor room, 5th restart, 6th restart, 8th restart.
So
narrator is gone, after a long time, Stanley dies.
Then what?
Lovely.
Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall.
Yeah.
Well, you consulted me. Why don't I get to decide?
You don't. You're not making choices. Stanley does choices.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be.
Well,
I don't want the game to
be
keep
you.
restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
Nope.
The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
You, friendo, have absolutely no power here.
Come for us?
I'm the Stanley now. Look at me. I'm the Stanley now. And the game is going to restart anyway, because I made the choice to follow the adventure line.
I guess now we just wait, you know.
Yeah.
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination.
We've completed confusion ending in 19 minutes, 17 seconds,
we'll find out,
and
won't we? Eventually. Well,
5
in the
milliseconds.
Meantime, if you...
Yep. This game is master of illusion. It has so many choices in it, but it is built in a way that you think you have even more choices than are already present in the game. And you always feel like you've missed something. And you always feel just like intrigued enough to think maybe I could have made a different choice in that, but not tempted enough to do it and then do it, which is ironically even better for the game, because then you think like the game is like humongous. It really isn't. There is limited number of choices you can make, of course, but all of this with all like the yapping of the narrator, that he's just constantly talking, and it is quite entertaining. It is really a game that makes you think, not like a puzzle game, you know, makes you think because you are smart, you wanted to know. It just makes you think about things in general, about life, about game design, about everything. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just a weird one, but this is how I feel the Stanley Parable is supposed to be played. It is supposed to be perceived like a work of art rather than just a video game, because in terms of video game, there's not really much there. You're just walking around. The true content of this game is what this game offers to show you and tell you, and how differently you are going to be perceiving certain things, both in life and in video game design as it is after you're done with it. One thing you can say for sure is that this game is really a game that you will be thinking of years and years later. It will leave an impression. while the all others like action games will merge together into like one huge blob. Like if you've played all Dark Souls games and Elden Ring and Bloodborne and all of those things, then like a few years later they will all merge into this like one amorphous blob of you rolling around and hitting the boss in the arse. You wouldn't even know which boss is from which game until you like focused on it more, but you will always know exactly what the Stanley Parable is. There is surprisingly lack of clones of Stanley Parable. I have played a couple of choice games. It's hard, because even if they are kind of decent, they will never be this good. The Stanley Parable is only one, and it is hard to try to be competition for this game. And even if they are successful, some of these clones, to a certain degree, they never get to this point, because this game is delicate. And also, the narrator voice does a lot. Oftentimes, you have games with quote-unquote choices and narrator that is witty and has like some nice puns. But it's not this narrator. The tone, the intonation, the voice color, it is all impacting the game. Imagine me doing narration to Stanley Parable. It wouldn't be that compelling, would it? Because I'm not this like elderly British posh guy who is able to deliver with such an impact. That sounds like it has been tailored for this kind of game.